possible that Suge had relationships with Rafael Perez, David Mack, and Sammy Martin, and you didn't know about it between 94 and 96?
She would have told me. And two, the main thing is, these are allegedly Kevin Gaines' friends, right? So, Suge Knight been 28 years old. He got a wife with a kid that's 3 or 4 years old at the time. Sharitha. They doing their own thing, but they still married legally. They still working together. She managing Snoop and the Dog Pound and all of that, and Suge doing his thing. So Suge gonna allow me, or Suge gonna hire some guys to work for him that his wife is having sexual relationships with, is calling her boyfriend? To everybody, she ain't hiding it. Everybody knows that her and Kevin Gaines in a relationship. But Suge gonna be messing, those gonna be his friends or his hit squad? Guys that's having sexual relationship with his wife at age 27, 28? Okay. We get down like that. Okay.
Well, the allegation in this podcast is that Suge had some sort of relationship with these LAPD officers.
Yeah.
You never seen that.
And I've never seen that. And no one has. No one. Come on, it's phone records. Even in, the mid-90s, 95, 96, we all had cell phones in our hand. They were high as hell. We would tell you to call me after 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, because that's when it became free.
Now, Kevin Gaines is a little different because he actually had the relationship with Sharitha.
Sharitha.
Did you ever meet Kevin Gaines?
Never met him. Suge did once. And that was an incident that you have to listen to Sharitha tell where, he was jealous.
Actually, she told that story on Bomb First.
Bomb First, she done told it, at least on Bomb First, but I done heard it a few times. I can't think of anything where she just said, hey, him and one of his hitmen, George G, who y'all call Monkey Man out there in the YouTube world, but his name is G. They saw him and they kind of got in the car, thought they was about to punk him. But Sharitha ain't scared of shit. Sharitha talk here, like most of our wives do, right? They ain't scared of us. And she was like, nigga, you tripping? We give you a ride, but what hotel you trying to go to? And he trying to take him somewhere, or scare him like he gonna punk him. You think, Suge, you better stop tripping. This dude's a cop. She said he had his gun right up under his leg, ready to do both of those niggas if they did anything. And he was just hurt. To hear about it is one thing, to see it is another. That's the perfect example right there, how it shows that Suge ain't gonna have none of these dudes hanging around and allow me to have them hired to be our Secret Service guys or our hit squad or whatever for him.
Okay, so
don't make sense, y'all.
And also, there are no photographs of you or Suge with any of these three officers, right?
Nah, but forget photographs because we might be smart enough to stay out of the pictures and stuff. Show me phone records, anywhere.
Now,
we wasn't running around with clone phones. we had money back then. I used to have a $3,000, $4,000 a month phone bill. Didn't think nothing of it. It was the price of doing business back then.
Now, did you think anything was unusual that Kevin Gaines, who was dating Sharitha, ends up getting shot and killed right after Biggie gets shot and killed? Literally, same month. I think maybe a day or so, a couple days apart.
Yeah, it was within the same week or whatever, I think. It was in the same. I didn't think nothing of it. They said it was road rage. I believe it. I believe they were following him. I really believe they were following him because he was supposedly, I was told, if you listen to read Murder Rap, that he went and took a withdrawal of some cash out of the bank. This is why Sharitha usually tells that she believed he felt they had been following him ever since then. So he was already paranoid about that, thinking some cops were following, which turned out to be a cop. I really think they were LAPD were following him for something, but they never disclosed it. They tried to make it. They wrote it off as a road rage. That right there, if there's any suspicions or some hanky-panky going on, then and then they called him the narcotic suspect when he, the narcotic suspect over the radio transmission, and I heard something like that. So that's the only thing hanky-panky about that whole thing, where LAPD might be lying or covering up. But they settled with the man, gave his family $300,000 and wrote it off. So.
Can you tell us who the main crew you had, whether they were off-duty cops or former cops that worked for you in Death Row?
Kenneth Archer, Marcus Thompson, 2 Inglewood Unified School School District police officers. They the ones that mainly work with Snoop Dogg all the time. Had a guy, West Tech guy, Inglewood Unified School Police guy. The reason why I hired a lot of Inglewood Unified School Police guys, because there was one of the only departments, Compton, they did at one time, then they stopped, that gave gun permits. The school police, that chief over there for some reason was giving all of his guys gun permits to carry CCWs. I had a crew of guys, Long Beach PD cops, Compton cops, sheriffs, all of that. Before the feds started following us around and started going to the different police stations, say, hey, the guys working for the rap guys? And they're like, well, they work for a company called Right Way Protective Services. They say, well, Right Way Protective Services has the contract with Death Row Records. And then that's when they started pulling out work permits. So I had to start going with second tier or third tier guys, in my opinion, not the real, cops that were active and still going. I had to go with the police reserves or the retired cops, which was better anyway, because why? They had more freedom. They had more time. You come work for me, you're getting $20, $25 an hour. You work overtime at your job and you still active, you're making $50, $60 an hour overtime.
They save money too.
And it's going towards your PERS, and it's going,
Tell us who some of these other officers were that were on the payroll.
Okay. You had like the Frank Alexanders, your Kevin Hackey, your Leslie Golden, Cooper Hagan, my boy Cedric Storey, Al Giddens, and all of these guys. He worked San Bernardino. He was a lieutenant at a hospital or something like that. But they all had gun permits because they were. He's still, matter of fact, to this day, is Snoop's head of security, Al Giddens. But I had guys like that was working for me. That wasn't active Long Beach PD cop.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.